my name is Becca, and today I have a messy bedroom. Well, mostly messy. No, mostly clean, just messy laundry. I'm in the midst of doing laundry, and I just felt the need to film, so I just left the laundry on the bed because I didn't feel like throwing it back on the floor, which is usually where it is. Truth. So I always say in my intro that I make videos about beauty, fashion, lifestyle, and why I love Jesus. And today I really want to talk about why I love Jesus. I went to a conference this past weekend called Color Conference, which was like a women's conference put on by Hillsong. I don't know if it was put on by Hillsong Church or just like Hillsong the corporation. I guess that's what you would call it. But it was absolutely incredible. It was one of the best things I've ever been to in my whole life. It was so uplifting and encouraging, and I just have like this new just fire and excitement for Jesus, and I just want to share that. So yeah, the conference was really great, and it was just really uplifting too because of like where I'm at in my life. So a little bit of my story. So last June, Tyler and I moved from North Carolina to Rhode Island, and when we moved in with my parents, and our plan was to, keyword here being our plan, was to live here for like 3 months and then get our own place and yeah, just be living our lives. Well, that didn't happen. The Lord totally flipped our lives on our heads, if that flipped our lives on our heads, flipped us on our heads, and everything we thought we planned just didn't work out or go through. So it is May. June is next month. That will be an entire year that we've lived up here, an entire year that we've lived with my parents, which is harder to admit than I thought it'd be. It's definitely not what we planned, nor what we necessarily wanted for our lives. My parents have been so incredible and gracious, but it's really hard being a 20-something who's married and went to college to then be like, oh yeah, I'm living with my parents. It feels a lot like failure. So yeah, I definitely recently have just been feeling the weight of that, and just feeling the weight of like, feeling like I failed as an adult. Ooh, I'm getting emotional. Not what I was expecting. Yeah, so I've just been feeling pretty down. So this conference came at the right time, and the Lord's timing is always perfect. So we went to this conference, and it was just beautiful, and it was really cool to be there with other believers, and especially like other women. Wow, like the power of that was really incredible, and it just really renewed my spirit to like just trust the Lord fully, which is so hard. It's so easy to, you know, read about it or talk about it and be like, yeah, just trust the Lord with everything, but how do you trust the Lord with the things that you don't want? So like living with your parents when you're 25 and married. Yeah, so it just was, you could feel the Lord's Spirit just so tangibly in that room, which is such a cool experience. And from that experience and like through this, I've learned to just really free fall into what the Lord has planned for us, and just really believe the Lord has such good things for us in store. And I sit here today, even in the midst of like, we're coming up on a year living where we never thought we'd be, and believing that the Lord has so many good things in store for us, which is just incredible. So yeah, this conference just really helped renew my spirit for Jesus, and just knowing that he has good things for us because he's a good father. And it's hard, and I wish it wasn't. I think everybody feels that way. But yeah, and it was just really cool to just see, or to just learn about being fearless in the face of the Lord as far as like how you act. So like, are you fearless in saying like, send me, like I want to share your love and share your spirit? Are you fearless about being like, yes, I trust your plan even when it's not what I want? So like, for example, one of the speakers was talking about this and like just trusting the Lord fully, and she was saying how like we as Christians, it's often vague, like what our story is and like what our path is vague, and like that's a part of being a Christian, is we don't get to know the details, we just have to trust. And if we did know the details, it would look really different. Like if you think about like Mary, when God was like, you're gonna do amazing things, like you're gonna be the mother of, you know, the king, like my son. Do you really think, I think if she knew the details, knew that it was like teenage pregnancy, she would have been like, yeah, I'm kind of out of that plan. But instead it was like, yes, Lord, I'm going to trust you. Or the other examples she gave was like, Jesus knew that he was coming to this earth like as the Son of God. And it's so different because obviously he is fully man and fully God. So his story is so different than any of us can imagine, but we needed him for that. But if he knew the details of everything that he was walking into, the you know, knew the details of what the crucifixion was going to be like, you know, would it still be the same? So it's like, you know, your purpose and you know your plan. It's just the details of getting there are different than what you think the Lord has for you. And so I thought that was a really cool way of putting it. I don't know if I explained that totally right, but basically she was just saying like, the Lord's plans are so great. It's not always the details that you think it's going to be. And it super resonated with me because I just really needed to like hear that and feel that, because it's hard knowing that there's a great plan in store, but the details of where you're at right now are like, this doesn't feel so great. So yeah, so I think that's a big part of why I love Jesus and I love being a Christian, because there is such joy in the Lord. And I don't think if I was a Christian, or I don't think if Tyler was a Christian and we were going through this, we would have the same outlook or feel the same. But because, you know, we trust in the Lord's plan, we're able to get through these difficult times that maybe we don't always want to be in. So that's really cool. So yeah, I guess just a life update, why I love Jesus, where I'm at. There was so many incredible things kind of in the conference. The other thing that she was talking about is like, our journey as a Christian is to become an expert at being you, which is really hard. And so Bobby Houston was like the one who spoke most of the time. There's like other speakers, but I remember her words the most, I think because she was so funny. But one of the things she said that also really resonated with me is that God can't heal or, you know, bless who you pretend to be. And that is so true. It's easy to pretend to be someone, but if you don't know who you are, then how can you ask for what you need from the Lord? So that was really good, because I just felt like, yeah, I just want to explore more of like who I am and who I am at 25 and who I am going forward, and like who I am in the not knowing everything that's planned or going to happen, but just trusting that it's going to be good. I just want to video diary where I'm at, to see where I go and to look back at these videos and see how far I've come. So this is me in May of 2018 sitting on my bedroom floor saying that I have no idea what the Lord's plans are for us. Literally none. And that's very frightening. But I am also sitting here in May of 2018 saying that I have never been more excited to just trust what the Lord has wholeheartedly and just totally empty-handedly, like, what have you got for us? So yeah, May 2018, this is me. My husband works at Home Depot full-time, works at Stop and Shop part-time. I work at Crate & Barrel full-time. We live with my parents, and we're trying to save money and get rid of debt. And that's all we've got. But we're so excited and eager to see what the Lord has planned for us. So that's your update. I guess we'll find out in a few months what's happened, if anything. But yeah, that conference was just so beautiful. If you ever have the chance to go to a Hillsong Color Conference or a Hillsong conference in general, I would say go, because it's amazing and so uplifting. And the other thing that was so cool is like hearing the Hillsong worship team sing live. There is nothing like it. Nothing. Like, they sound better live than on the album. Not sure how that's possible, but it is. Their voices are just so incredible, and they're so honest and genuine in the way that they sing and worship, and it's just so cool. It's really, really cool. So I'm just so expectant and eager for what God has for us, and yeah, I think I just wanted to document that. So, yep, that's the document. This is the video. Not sure what it is. I guess like it if you liked it. Leave a comment if you want to, and subscribe for more, mostly to see what happens, because I have no idea what's gonna happen. But I'm eagerly and excitedly awaiting the Lord's plan, because I know it's gonna be good, and I know that good things are coming for us. So I'll see you in the next one. Bye!